on Tuesday, there were a series of arrests at the WWE Performance Center of people that were in and around the Performance Center for NXT. So today it was like circulating, someone who was there had like witnessed someone being arrested, and there was word that it was in connection to this person being an alleged stalker of Liv Morgan. So I did reach out to the Orange County Police Department, who did give me a statement that they had arrested this man by the name of Sean Chan outside of the Performance Center. But this was for an outstanding warrant for burglary from the Pasco County Sheriff's Office. Chan was placed under arrest and booked into the Orange County Jail, and they don't have any details about the Pasco County case. So this does not have anything to do with this alleged stalking incident. Instead, this is about a totally separate issue. Now it came out through PW Insider, there was a separate arrest, and this is believed to be in connection to this alleged stalker. And this was above the police department, and Fightful adding that apparently the FBI was contacted by the WWE about this person. So separate incidents, but multiple arrests going down on Tuesday around the Performance Center. So that was strange, just the fact that you had multiple issues, and certainly the stalking issue. I mean, that will be. I mean, we have seen with like the absolute scariest scenario of a Sonya Deville of what has happened, and the fact is, I imagine a lot of these performers, and probably a lot of them female, get a lot of this kind of harassment online, and then when it crosses a line to people actually taking action, again, allegedly in this case, that's a very scary scenario. And I'm sure that there are performers that get plenty of crazy stuff online, and you have to have that concern about who is the 1% that might act on something like this. And you have a real life scenario in the Sonya Deville incident of just like the worst circumstance possible of someone actually breaking into her home a few years ago.
Oh, very much so. I mean, you had Saraya talk recently having to warn somebody to not kiss them in the mouth at a meet and greet. Like what? It's just insane,
dude. The amount of bullshit that women in this, and I'm not even excluding like that. I'm sure men do too in this industry, but just seeing the amount that women have to go through in this industry is like it's appalling when you hear these things that are that just come out, something like that incident with Saraya that you cite, and just other stuff too, like it's tying everything together here. But the Daphne episode we just read on or watched on Dark Side of the Ring, and here she's talking about going through like the drugs that she is having to take and the effect it's having on her appearance, and just having that one comment she sees online, and that's just a sliver of kind of the what you're privy to here, and then some of it can bleed into like potential violence.
Yeah. And just while we're on this note, like even Alexa Bliss, I feel like having multiple times having to tell people that the accounts that she has been, that people may be interacting with that look like her are not her, having to do that multiple times. And wrestling is a very unique medium in that there are characters that that also go by like those names in the public eye. So it's not like a movie role where like somebody plays something on screen, and maybe that distinction is a lot easier for a lot of people to accept. People for some reason make it's a lot harder for professional wrestling. Wrestling is also a thing where you can see somebody live, you can interact with that person live at these events or these meet and greets in ways so where these people are, where like this wrestler might be staying. In the case of the Performance Center, I don't even know if Liv Morgan would have been around there at that time, but just simply the knowledge that, hey, like this is a wrestling place I could visit at any point and possibly like find this thing, that's scary. And I have to imagine, like, in light of all of this, if security wasn't already high enough at the PC, I'm sure they should be taking those precautions now. And I also wonder if this limits like any sort of like open house sort of like atmosphere that maybe existed prior. I don't know if it still does or not, but you know, it's a real shame. It's a real shame, and certainly makes the wrestling audience look terrible.
Yeah, like when we look at it, I mean, from just an accessibility standpoint, I mean, NXT and the performers, like that is like you're talking about basically a gym that they are, that you know where they are every single Tuesday night. It has national television exposure, and it's basically open doors for like that is the avenue that talent is the most accessible in WWE.
It's not difficult, I think, for often like people to find like the hotels that a lot of the talents are staying at. Certainly, these autograph hounds somehow know the flight schedules of like all these guys.
Go back to
All this
Sonya
stuff.
Deville, found her home address just online. Like, and I hate to say it, man, but as we're entering more and more, like we talk about like fake accounts and fans getting like sending their savings to these people, AI is going to be a whole nother kettle of fish that is going to open this stuff up to scams and impersonating celebrities and God knows what else, like the tools that it's going to be used for just scamming people and falling into these categories as well. Like this is going to be the Wild West in terms of like a lot of fraud that is sadly going to happen. I mean, that's inevitable for all of this.
Yeah, and it's like, I mean, yes, it's certainly up to like, the employers to limit it. I also think that like as a wrestling audience, we could do a lot to weed this sort of thing out. You know what I mean? Just at least to call attention to it if we see this sort of like strange behavior. So anyway.